You know, I just did a video about this time of the year, and that's not what this video is about. But if you want to see it, I might post it. It's too heavy. It's too much for the average individual's brain. And I'm being for real too. You know how many people have come at me in the past, like with their reputation and their career and their money and shit, and it's like, just sit down with me and let's study, let's talk. No! And it's crazy. Because it's just a bunch of damn children is what it is. You know, but that video is pretty rough. Not rough, but I mean as far as, you know, our brains are not capable of understanding anything outside of the only thing that we've ever been taught. Alright, now look. Some of y'all know deep down something's just not right. And to the ones that say there's nothing wrong, that's full-blown Ahrimanic spirit. Okay? Now listen, I've done videos on this, okay? This is, I'm a sorcerer, or a sorceress, or a medium, or some 7th-generation black magic badass making cool spells against humanity for generations. This is what we do. Because in gematria, it's real. You have letters that turn into numbers, and numbers represents souls, according to Aleister Crowley and other occultists from the past. But we're going to look at what that is built, how they use that same design, but it was before it was put into practice. It was blessed, and blessed means sacrificed, is what that word means. It truly does. And we just bless you. And y'all have no idea the words that they have gave us in black magic. But just the word towns, those of y'all that have a little knowledge, T is the 20th letter, which breaks down to 2. And then equals 1. So what you have is this. If you Google that right there, that's what that represents. So if we take that out, we already know that's who's created this. These are the this is like beyond black magic now. This is fucking crazy what they're doing. And then on backwards is NWO, New World Order. Okay, because in the towns the illusion is ownership, but there's none, because it's a game. It's a board game. Okay, so they literally raised individuals to go around and set towns up. You know, and even the ones that, who knows how many false characters there are to claim to this town or that town or the other, and then you plant criminals, orphans, mostly orphans, and then they grow into this system. Because look, you know, and we're going to try to write down some stuff. Town Square. Yeah, and there was theater, stage, there's stores, and then more than likely it was one of these. You understand what I'm saying? And see, Town Square represents Saturn, because that's what it is. And then what you have is you've got a courthouse, you've got a judge, and you've got laws. And those of y'all will say, well, of course. Okay, Well, but listen, you've got plastic coming and all these little wrappers. You understand? And so within a town, you could even say there's 20 of them to start a town. And they don't know shit. They don't know anything. They have no idea what the fuck is going on. All they know is that they're smart enough to know that wherever they're guided, they're going to be taken care of. And then when they set these towns up, you know, they have certain jobs, you know, because they have these resources coming that was planned, brands, slave traders, and careers. And there's nobody fucking knew anything whatsoever. They didn't have anything. The anything coming through their ears was radio. It was newspapers, propaganda. Anything misleading is propaganda. It's all been misleading. And they created it in the beginning to do what they're doing now. You know, and truthfully, you know, you've got water towers, which is a farce. Put it in there. That's the condition. But, you know, it's like the history behind you right here. People had free power, free everything. Everything was badass. And that's shit. Because nobody in these bloodlines of, and seeing if you go to the cities, you know, see, you're going to have the offspring of these towns eventually going to the cities. So it doesn't matter. And then anyways, these individuals with the TVs and all that shit, they'll be just as corrupt. But they're inside in the towns a lot. You know, in the cities, it's stack and pack. You understand what I'm saying? It's stack and pack. It's them. There might be a few views, but that's it. There ain't nothing big. And then you've got a bank because you've got currency. You know, it's all about currency, your blood and shit, which brings up this, which brings up slowly and seeing the whole time, you know, through the middle of 1900s, basically, I guess a little before the mid 1950s, and then bam, after that, the brands blasted off. Hey, look at us. And the mamas was watching TV and going and buying all the shit on there. And no, not one of them, they were all taught to go to a store and buy shit. You don't understand what I'm saying. All this plastic and all this other shit is coming because y'all are generations that literally, look, you have at least 100,000 ways of using that alone. The same 100,000 ways of using that. Okay? Do you understand that? Do you see how when you go another direction, because then you fucking control it all? And then they'll never question what they're in because, oh, hell no, I don't care what it is. That's what the Ahrimanic spirit will say. And that's just one small example. Because, see, the money came, and it's like my granny, my mama, and some of the older ones, they were against them. It's like, I mean, they were against banks. Hell, they knew. The bank represents Saturn. It's what it does. Because the judge sits in the bench. On the bench in Latin means bank. So, and the judge, which represents Saturn, I did a video on that last one. There's Saturn's out here, right here, that light right there. So Saturn's Lord of the Rings. He's judging. He's governing the other lights, and there's circuits in there. And you go to circuit court because that's a circuit. Yeah, you get charged. That charges us. Not anymore. And then from there, all the towns and the cities had the same fucking radios and the same shit coming across. I mean, it was so controlled. If you go back and watch, You know, the black and white TV and stuff, and the stern voice of, I mean, it's fucking hardcore, you know, sorcery. And then you mix in, you know, because there was no fucking water. They made them forget, like, water comes from the ground, seriously. Like, that's what they built spring wells around, because you'd never run out. But now y'all pay for it. Because you had generations growing up with the water hose. And they'll be like, there's nothing wrong with me. But how do we know that? How do we know that your life could have been better? Because it could have. Every last one person on earth right now. Doesn't matter where they live. It's all been the stage. When you graduate in these schools, doesn't matter if you go through a school, church, or something, you stand on what? What do you stand on? Stage. Yeah, and get your diploma to go work into a system designed in the beginning, already set up, had the resources and all that. We've got them dummied. We're going to create, you know, you need an address so we can send you your bills and you can pay for shit with this. This is a checking account. And people are, listen, the Aramonic spirit would be very confused watching this, because they're like, well, yeah, that's where we come from. But listen, horse and buggy shit is a lie. All that shit's a lie. It's a lie. It's a farce. It all comes to you through stage, which is movie theater and shit. That's not just, listen, everybody's brains is shit. It's what it is. It's truly shit. We don't have nothing in us that we've ever been really made of. Generations. The brain's designed inside. You know, if farming was real, then there'd be everybody doing it. There's nothing grown for free anywhere. Think about it. Nothing. There's so much shit. You know, as leaders, you'd be like, we're fucking planting millions and millions and millions. Well, then they can't make money, man, by farmers. It's like, that's our whole fucking point. There shouldn't even be out there trying to make a living off growing shit out of the ground. But since you've never been exposed to it, that's the childish generation right there. And to where we are now. And when you found these churches, doesn't matter, Baptists too, they were founded on false prophets. It doesn't matter how on fire you are now. You still bleeding everything without even knowing it. You know, because that's whenever all the suits and ties came. Yeah, that's more money. You can't make your shit. Here comes the fucking washers and dryers. Look at us. It's a commercial. Look at what we're doing. Go buy one right now. Look at this. This is the chemicals. Yeah. And then you see it. And then that's our whole point. That next generation, now he is crazy. He does not know that we are generational goy of this Aramonic spirit. That will not fucking listen. You not see our shit because we're 5 years old. Let's go. But Mom, listen to him. No. Do you not see who I am? I'm Aramon. And it's, even since then, they, you know, they can get out of the way, and then the goy is who we are. And that's what happens. But I mean, it's not hard to see it. You know, because I mean, if those were real, every one of them would be renovated. They would all have fucking field trips from inner, outer cities, from everywhere. There would be all kinds of shit. Nope, sorry. Ran down crack houses and everything else. That's how you make people forget about what the fuck they did. And then here's more gadgets and more distractions. And then that's how the people fall into it. But they didn't have nothing. I mean, it's like when they set up shit around here. The towns had, you know, in the beginning, just like anywhere, they started over, and then this fake transportation, the trains, you know, they would be like, well, the train only comes through twice a week. So for twice a week, you would have to, you know, get a train in or out, and then eventually here comes a few cars, and then with those train tracks, then they can start placing out white people, black people, anywhere the fuck they want to, and say flourish. And then when they feel like cutting the shit off, they cut it off. If they want to make section poverty, they will. And then they just step back and let us grow into that shit, and are controlled in a way that you don't even know through the systems, all created and controlled by the controllers. They're the ones that write your history. They're the ones that write your fucking books. They're the ones that give you your power in your brain that makes you think that you're right and you are wrong in every fucking aspect because you have a 5-year-old brain when you challenge me. And it's not me. It's an army that did this, that unlocked it. And that's your bloodline right there. It's shit. Commercials, billboards, all that. That's bloodline in your blood. It's ingrained into you to accept that you shit. This is me. Yeah, you've been beat the shit out of for generations already. And there ain't many people that's going to see this for what it is. And it's what the fuck it is. That's a business. Some of y'all might have a lot of businesses. That's one of them. Just like a business. Some of them are going to thrive and some of them ain't. And the ones that do, you start sinking more motherfuckers in there that you create to go in there and control them dumb goy. Because that's who they are. You know, and not once in here is anything natural. Nothing. And that's the system. It's the same judicial system anywhere you go in any country. Set up. It's the same. It's different, but it's the same. It's the same police. It's the same fucking Walmarts. It's the same pills. It's the same beer. It's the same fucking cigarettes. It's the same. All of them have Hollywood now. Yeah. Yeah, we're all going to hate each other's nations, but we're going to have NASA and get along and Hollywood and movies, and every nation has gadgets and TV and fucking phones and yeah. Although it's not one fucking nation is like, you know what? We don't want that shit. Not one church says, you know what? Fuck this. Not one school. That's the Ahrimanic one world spirit that's already in everybody. Created by fucking black magic, like not witches, but black magic warlocks. Generational warlocks, like I was saying in the video. Y'all have no idea. When they started these little towns, they already had the cities on lock with the dummies. As the dummies grew, so generationally, so has, you know, you don't understand when you raise a human being or a being that's a human, and they have no distractions. And what I mean by that, they never even see this image, this cover. This is not real. This is fake. They never see a billboard. They never see shit. What you see. They are so fucking connected to doing some good shit or bad shit, and they choose to do bad shit. And every generation born, after not looking at shit, fake lights and all that, and gaining all that up there, and the magnetic field and the blood and all that, this thing has fucking grown exponentially on a point I don't think it's ever been this big. Like shit you can't even fathom. Like they probably show us in their movies and shit, because if you raised 7 generations just on salts and the food's just from Earth, not even meat, you have no fucking idea how smart that son of a bitch is going to be, and how strong and how different the appearance of that human being will be just after 7. Then think about 1,000. Yeah, now we have to go back to a reset. All right, we give them shit and build careers around them. And as long as they keep seeing billboards and everything, oh, he is crazy. I'm this Ahrimanic fucking spirit that I have no idea about. I'm never going to look. If you're watching this, you'll find out when you die. Everything that we've said today in this video will echo forever. And you'll fucking chase it down trying to explain, and you won't be able to because you laughed. That's what Ahriman does. You know, but I mean, it's, dude, listen, you know, some of these springs or whatever coming over some of these rocks or boulders, those were like water systems. Yeah, and some of that stone is still fine. And when you drink off of that shit, it's like drinking every fucking element and mineral from Earth over a long period of time. And think about that shit, what that water does to the brain. Instead, you know, it's insane. We can drink shit that we make tons of money. Hey man, I work over here at this place. He's crazy. You see it's sodas, Walmart, it's one big Ponzi scheme. And then they all work together to push it, have been since the beginning, and they've grown huge as families. You know, this fucking thing is so, dude, you have no idea. The game of chess, that's times 1,000 what the fuck they got going on. And at the very top, there's only a few. There's only a few, but these sons of bitches know some stuff that the ones underneath them don't know. They control the mediums, like I was talking about, they raise. Just like you'd raise generational bloodlines of animals. Well, they raise generational bloodlines of goy, and they raise bloodlines of fucking mediums. And plan 1,000-year plans and longer. You don't understand. People have this fucking, cartoons is all in there and that shit. Everything. Keep your head down. You know, read the paper, go. The materialistic world's coming. The stock market, stock implying animals, because we are the stock of the entity of a corporation. Yeah. And, you know, the laws, the judge, courthouse, 12 jurors of the 12 constellations. They wear black, that's Saturn. It's all Saturn. It's all Saturn. And the stage is Saturn. And in these, because Saturn's the god of numbers. And in order to, and see, they don't even have to be next to you to fucking sacrifice you by their numbers. They're on that. So when you die, it's just like people we know have. There's no need to know what to die. But they made it. These fucking warlocks made sure that for generations, these goy are never going to question shit. I love you.